Are you ready? Because we're going 5 pounds down every 4 weeks in 2022, and today we're getting flat abs with no floor work. So let's go! All right, Killer Bees, let's go ahead and get moving and grooving, and that means that we're gonna get started with some arm circles with high knees. You guys, welcome to the workout. I'm Paula B. I'm your best middle-aged fitness friend, and around here we are all about making peace with your menopausal body by finding a healthy weight and moving in ways that feel like self-love. Oh my gosh, and you know what else feels like self-love besides losing your balance? Losing weight with the 5-0 method, where every single day we do 5 things that make you say, oh, I had no idea that losing weight could be this simple. We eat the same number of calories every single day. The right number of calories is actually what I meant to say there, which is not necessarily less than you were eating before. We also drink the right amount of water, which is half your body weight in pounds in fluid ounces of water. We also get the right amount of sleep, which simply means that we're going to bed at the same time every night, getting up at the same time every morning, and not stressing about how much in between that was actually sleep. Let's go ahead and do some arm crossers with booty kickers. We are also exercising moderately every day. It's my favorite part of the 5-0 method. And that is not necessarily more than you were doing before. We also manage our minds. And by that, I mean that we find our thoughts and we decide if they're helpful. And today, I have a helpful thought for you that is one of the most simple things that I think I've offered you, and I hope, therefore, that it feels very helpful. This is my body. My friends, I know lots of us, and I'm including myself in this. I spent many years saying to myself, I hate my body. And yet there were also times when I didn't really hate it. Remember on Facebook, when Facebook started, how you could be in a relationship and you could have it's complicated? Let's go ahead and do some welcome to my homes. That was definitely me with my body. I felt like it was a strange mystery. Sometimes I hated it. Sometimes I thought it was okay. There were parts of it that I liked. And every once in a while, grudgingly, there were things about it that I loved. When I offer you this thought, I hope that it feels, honestly, helpful, obviously, but I honestly hope that it just feels kind of neutral. That it just feels very, very solid, very steady, very true, very easy to think. Because sometimes a helpful thought doesn't feel amazing. It doesn't feel grand. It doesn't feel like my body's the best thing that ever happened. I mean, that would be nice too. But going directly from, I hate my body, I don't love my body, I don't understand my body's betraying me, all those kinds of complicated thoughts, to this is my body, maybe that just helps it be right there in the middle, neutral. Neutral is helpful. My friends, you know what else is helpful? Today's workout. We are getting flat abs with a little bit of cardio and a fair bit of balance work. I've got the handy dandy gym bots here set for intervals of 20 seconds. I've got abtastic cardio paired with some ab work. Let's go ahead and get going with twisting high knees, and I'm going to explain it while we go. So twisting high knees. Okay, so here's what it looks like. I've got one cardio exercise paired with single-sided, balancy type things. Like when it beeps, we're doing flying fast ups. I'm gonna start with my left leg on the ground and my right leg doing the flying. You're gonna have hands overhead, reaching your elbows towards your knee, and your knee toward your elbows. So when it beeps again, we're coming back to those twisting high knees, and then we'll do these flying fast ups on the other side. Now you notice this flying fast up, I'm touching my toe back there, you guys. We've got plenty of work today that's going to feel very abby. So help yourself to getting through it. Here we go with those twisting high knees. Getting through it in whatever way feels best to you. You knew I was going to say that. My friends, we're keeping it moderate. And for work like this, where we really are working on our abs a lot, we're 23 minutes more or less every single day. Being pretty all abs all the time means that you're going to want to take this at a pace, obviously, that feels good, and also just in a way that feels really doable. When it beeps again, we're doing windmill tap backs, which means that we're going to have our hands and our feet nice and wide, making a big X. We're going to reach our opposite hand down towards our opposite, whatever we can reach. Truly, for me, usually, it's about my knee, maybe my shin, tapping back back that other foot as we do so. I'm gonna scoot forward so that I hopefully don't kick anything or anybody. When it beeps, we're gonna do 3-point crunches. For me, I'm gonna stand on my left leg. You're gonna hear me say that a lot. I'm gonna stand on my left leg to start with, just because that way it's easier for me to remember. I like to get my left leg over with. So 3-point crunches. We're having our elbows meet our knee in the middle. If you can do this without tapping. I can't. So I'll tap in the middle of each and every one of them. When it beeps again, we're coming back to those windmill tap backs, and then we'll do the 3-point crunches again. So you can see how this goes. We're doing each, nope, that one didn't quite work. We're doing each pair 2 times in a row. And I will tell you, this is a little bit repeaty today. We've got this whole circuit that we're going to repeat a second time as well. So plenty of time to master these. I really intentionally kept the interval very short, knowing that that would feel pretty quick and maybe feel like we didn't get very much done. I do that on purpose, especially when we're doing very balancy things. Here we go with those 3-point crunches. On the other side, when it beeps again, we're doing a reach across crunch, which is exactly what it sounds like. We're reaching across our body, and then we're doing a nice big swoop overhead into an oblique crunch. So you guys, this is cardio today. So reach across and crunch, and reach across and crunch. But there's so much ab work to it. I mean, always pull in your core, make sure that you're using excellent form, make sure that you're moving at a pace that feels very moderate to you. When it beeps again, we're doing swinging knees to elbows. Once again, hands up on shoulders. I'm gonna be standing on my left leg, elbows pointed forward. We're gonna crunch across your body, and then on that same side, oh golly, and then down. So swinging your knee to your elbow. The thing about this one is that you wanna be really careful not to crunch down into it. You're really trying to bring your knee all the way up. Do I care if you touch your elbow? Oh my gosh, no, I do not. Reach across and crunch. And that right there is the magic of the 20-second intervals. There's no way I could do some of this work longer. That's why it's very repeaty, so that you're not trying to do so much work in any one interval that you just can't. Because I mean, here we go. Swinging knees to elbows. I was trying to do those 3-point crunches again. I like 3-point crunches better because it's less time in this hanging crunch. Uncurl your toes, my friends. Bring that work all the way up into your glutes, into your abs. When it beeps again, we're doing swimming frogs. Elbows out to the side, really keeping those elbows wide while one knee comes up at a time. Helps you feel this work in your upper back for sure, and really helps you feel the work in your obliques as well. When it beeps again, we're doing semi-squatted cross crunches. So we're semi-squatted. I'm gonna keep my left leg on the ground. We're bringing, oh golly, that knee to the elbow and the elbow to your knee at the same time. Standing in that hanging position, you are really changing your balance from the center of gravity off to one side. When it beeps again, coming back to those swimming frogs. Ooh, doggies. Do you have a favorite yet? Or maybe more importantly, do you have a least favorite exercise yet? We've only got a couple more pairs. Okay, so when it beeps again, we're doing those semi-squatted cross crunches on the other side. I'm gonna keep my right foot on the ground while the left knee is trying to meet in the middle. Oh my gosh, this one feels a little bit steadier, but this one's tough. When it beeps again, we're doing swooshing skiers. We're making an infinity sign with our hands, and that's the way I like to think about it, while the back foot is kind of kicking up behind you from side to side. So skiing and skiing and skiing and skiing. I really have to think about what I'm doing with my hands to be able to make my feet do the thing that I'm thinking. When it beeps again, we're doing triangles. Now, this is something we frequently do weighted, and this is honestly a really good way to practice triangles without all the tough work. Feet almost uncomfortably wide. One hand up overhead. I'm just gonna go down on the left side. See how low you can get. How low you can recover from is actually the most important part here. And then come on back down again. Let your hip jut out to the side. That is actually the hallmark of triangles, is it's not just your abs. Here we go with those swooshing skiers, but it's actually your whole ab and oblique and hip complex doing those triangles. Now, frequently when we do those, like with weights in our hands, you'll feel that kind of work in places that maybe you don't want to, such as your lower back. And that is why it's an excellent job to do them without weights. Here we go on the other side. Come on down. Oh my goodness. Oh, my inner thigh on that side feels very tight. Like this feels like a stretch to do this. That's so interesting. And it beeps again, everybody's favorite. We're doing punch, punch, kick. Do not worry about how uncoordinated this feels. I promise, punch, punch, and kick. No matter how you are punching, how you are kicking, the tricky part of this is making sure that you have your core pulled in. When it beeps again, by the way, we're doing crunch pulses. We're gonna have our feet about hip width apart, and we are literally going to crunch down towards our knees in a pulsing manner. Oh my goodness, this is the only one that is not single-sided. And no matter how many times I do this, it amazes me every time how much this feels like being on the ground doing sit-ups. That crunch in your belly, this is how we get strong, more or less flat abs. You guys, punch, punch, and kick again. Here's the thing about flat abs, and really this is why I had the helpful thought today of this is my body. Flat abs do nothing for you. Strong abs are where it's at, my friend. It's where it's ab, my friend. Here we go with those crunch pulses. Second time, and then we're gonna do this entire circuit one more time. So we're starting again with those twisting high knees. Feel that burn. Pull in your core. Whoo, doggies, this is the magic of 20-second intervals, because longer than this, and I would be not happy. When it beeps again, we will stand up. Ooh, yes. Twisting high knees, not kicks, Paula. Or, I mean, you can do kicks if you want to. I just prefer the high knee version of it, which is why I offered this to myself. I knew that today's workout was not going to be easy. When it beeps again, we're doing those flying fast ups. I'm gonna start with my left leg on the ground first, the right leg doing the flying. There's something about ab work, and here's what it is. It's the fact that it's right there in the middle. And it's very easy, unfortunately, to disengage your abs. It's very easy to not have your core pulled in. When we're doing an entire workout where we're really thinking about the middle of us. Here we go with those twisting high knees for the final time, my friends. Whew, doggies. This is moderate, hopefully, for you, and if it's not, make sure that you are moderating. Do less than this. If you are really feeling the burn, do some other kind of cardio or some other kind of balance work where you can kind of give your abs a break. I know that this is not super high heart rate, generally speaking, but this is not easy either. When it beeps again, doing those windmill tap backs. Challenge comes in all forms. Really specifically for me, even though I have very strong abs, really doing intense work like this, even moderate intensity, still working our abs with every single exercise. This feels like work, am I right? When it beeps again, we're doing 3-point crunches. If you would rather not, feel free. Like I said, honestly, you can sub out like an exercise here or there and still get, here we go, I'm standing on my left foot first, still get all the benefit of this workout. The benefit of this workout is you having a good time. It is you moving towards being healthy. It is you doing what is exactly right, like we talked about yesterday, for you, so that you can work out again tomorrow. When your goal is weight loss, there is nothing that you need to be in a hurry for as far as fitness gains. You have all the time in the world for that. When you're done losing weight, you can really focus on building muscles in this part of your body or that part of your body, or running 5Ks or doing whatever it is that you want to do. Here we go with 3-point crunches on the other side. Oh my gosh. When you're losing weight, honestly, exercise will help you be healthy. Exercise will help you feel amazing. Exercise will help you realize that this is your body. When it beeps again, we're doing that reach across crunch. But it is not about, oh, I'm gonna get a 6-pack of abs while I'm doing this. That's really not what I'm aiming for here. I'm aiming for us to be having a good time. Did I tell you that we were doing a reach across crunch? I hope I did. When it beeps again, we're doing the swinging knees to elbows. I'm gonna think about that because I kind of struggled to get my brain in the right place last time. So let's really think about what we're doing with those swinging knees to elbows, elbows pointed forward. I'm standing on my left foot first, across your body, same side, and down. crunch. Oh my gosh, pull up that knee as high as you can. I do not care, in much the same way that it doesn't matter if you're doing all the exercises. It doesn't matter if you're touching your elbows. This is about using the muscles in your middle. Here we go with those reach across crunch and reach across crunch. Honestly, it matters a little bit what the exercise looks like in terms of you do want to be using excellent form. You want to be using the correct muscles, but you can use the correct muscles and have your exercise look pretty significantly different from the way I'm doing it based on your body, the way your body moves, the way this exercise works for you. You can be getting all the benefit without doing it exactly like I am. When it beeps again. Okay, this was my favorite / least favorite of the pairs, the swimming frogs. Ooh, doggies. All right, thinking about getting that work back into your back as well as your obliques here. Pull in your core. This one also got my heart rate up the most because its hands really up overhead. We're doing those semi-squatted cross crunches. Definitely, I feel like this is the hardest pair of exercises. Followed by the one that I actually thought was the most fun, the swooshing skiers and the triangles is what's coming up like next, not really next because we're doing the swimming frogs again. But oh my gosh. And I must have done that to myself on purpose when I was designing this. Like, I frequently do something like that where I'll give myself a hard pair of exercises and then I'll follow it up with like my favorite things. Just like a little treat, like, you did it, Paula. And hopefully it feels that way for you as well. We're doing those semi-squatted cross crunches. One more final time. Right foot is staying on the ground. Oh my gosh. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Really pull it in. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. You are making your abs stronger. Stronger is better than flatter. I know flat looks good. Don't get me wrong. When it beeps again, we are doing those swooshing skiers. Flat looks good. Flat's real nice. But you know what I've learned here in my 50s? Gravity is taking its toll, my friends. If I am aiming to look a certain way, my skin has other opinions about that. Coming up next, we're doing those triangles. I'm going to start with my left side, hand up in the air, which means my right hand is up, heading down, down, down on the left side. Gravity is going to win this war. I win lots and lots of the battles, but ultimately gravity is going to win this war, my friends. I would rather be strong all day long with my loose skin and my wrinkles. Here we go with swooshing skiers and my roundedness, my curves, my everything that I've got in my body. I would rather be strong than almost anything else, truly. I think strength trumps strength trumps beauty every time. Here we go with triangles on the other side. Oh my goodness. Oh, you feel that work. Pull it all into your abs. Let your hips help too. It's why I like this one. My hips are really strong. My abs are pretty strong. They do their job. When it beeps again. We're doing punch, punch, kick. Punch, punch, and kick. And then punch again, and kick again. Do not worry about how uncoordinated you feel. Again, honestly, here's the thing about what it looks like versus what you are building. When it beeps again, we're doing those crunch pulses. This might look awkward and feel awkward, but if you've got your core pulled in and you're using your muscles in a way that they are benefiting from, which they are because you're using them, then you, my friends, it doesn't matter what you look like. You're building strength. Oh my gosh. You're building strength one little pulse at a time. When it beeps again, we're doing those punch, punch kicks. Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. Who knew that you would look forward to punch, punch, kick that much? Am I right? Okay, I'm just going to tell you something right now. When we're done with those crunch pulses, which is what's coming up next, we are going to be done. Ooh, we're not going to be finished. I have a built-in finisher, which means that I've got one more pair of exercises. We're only doing it once though. Okay, so here we go with those crunch pulses. But here's what's coming up next. I'm going to turn to the side a little bit just so you can see. I'm getting my elbows more or less to my knees, just squeezing, pulsing, crunching. Oh my gosh. Thinking about swearing. But I won't. Okay, so when it beeps, We're doing rainbow kicks. Hands are going up overhead. This is going to bring your heart rate up. So move at a pace that feels just right for you. While we're kicking out to the side here, be thinking about pulling up that leg, squeezing from your obliques. That's the side of your abs. When it beeps, I know you're going to love this. Grab a chair. It's totally okay. We're doing a drinky bird hold. Yeah, not drinky birds. Drinky bird hold. You're coming down in a drinky bird, and we're hanging on to that for the interval, if you can. That means only go as far as you can actually hold on to. It might not be all the way over. It might be somewhere where your toe is like, half an inch off the ground. That's completely okay. When it beeps again, we're doing those rainbow kicks again. Breathe. Bring that work all the way up into your abs. I see you there with your clenched toes, I know. And your locked knee. There are all kinds of ways to balance. And the best way to balance is to bring the work all the way up to your abs. Your abs, my friend, can be flat or not flat, but when they are strong, your strong abs are gonna keep you on your feet, or even 1 foot, for many years to come. You guys, the next time it beeps is the last time it's going to beep. Breathe and focus. Think about squeezing that glute that's pulling up the leg behind you. Think about bringing your balance. Well, bring your balance back down to both feet. Oh my gosh. That was amazing, right? Do you feel amazing and strong in your body? Because my friends, this is your body. Your body just did this. This is my body. I know how complicated our thoughts are. There are lots of them. It's why I encourage you to find them. Honestly, this is one of those times where I'm going to tell you that finding the ugly thoughts, the unhappy thoughts, the thoughts that make you just want to cry is helpful, because finding those thoughts, writing them down on paper like we do every day with the 5-0 method, we write down the junk that's in our head, and then we decide, this isn't helping me get where I want to go. This isn't helping me feel good. It's not helping me be good. It's not helping me make good decisions. This thought is not helpful. And then when we find a helpful thought, something like this is my body, hopefully, if that feels good to you, let's go ahead and open it up. You can hang on to that thought. Give yourself a hug and a pat on your back. When your brain offers you up some unhelpful thought about your body, it shouldn't look this way, it shouldn't be this way, it shouldn't act this way, it shouldn't whatever. This is my body. It just brings it all right back down to the center. This is my body. You guys, thank you so much for working out with me today. That was super fun, right? Pretty sweaty, right? I know. I so appreciate it. Make sure that you subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow.